Hey everyone, welcome back. We spend so much of our lives in buildings, but how often do we really think about, the ethics of actually building them?
It's not something that, comes up every day, is it?
Definitely not. But that's what makes this deep dive so fascinating.
Hmm.
We're going deep on the ethics of building, especially when it comes to the environment. Our main source is an excerpt. It's called The Ethics of Building. How should we shape our environment?
Ooh, that's a big question.
Right. And it gets right to the heart of things because we need places to live, right? But those places, they have a big impact. So how do we balance our needs with what's good for the planet?
Yeah, I mean, can there even be an ethical way to build when you really think about it?
The excerpt dives right into that question.
Well, every house, every road, every skyscraper, it all changes the environment. And with more and more urban sprawl, how we build really matters.
Hold on. Can we pause on urban sprawl for a second? It's one of those terms people throw around, but what do we actually mean by it?
Basically, picture development that just keeps spreading outwards from cities, often with low-density housing and a heavy reliance on cars.
Ah, okay.
So you get these sprawling suburbs instead of compact, walkable communities. And that eats up green spaces, fragments wildlife habitats, and that takes us right back to that ethical dilemma. Are we putting human needs above everything else?
Which is like a huge question.
Yep.
So how do we deal with it? I mean,
Hmm.
the excerpt has mentioned something about sustainable building practices being a possible way forward.
Definitely. It's not just about if we should build, but how we can build better. And sustainable practices are huge.
Mhm.
Eco-friendly materials, cutting down on waste, creating homes that are super energy efficient, even designing them to actually blend into the surroundings.
I love that idea, blending into landscape. Imagine a city that felt like it was part of nature, not separate from it. Like, are there any real-world examples of that?
Oh, absolutely. There are architects out there doing incredible things. There are buildings designed to mimic termite mounds, believe it or not, for natural ventilation, or picture buildings with living roofs. Not only do they look amazing, but they also provide insulation and help lower the temperature in cities. So cool.
That's really cool. See, that's what I mean about living cleverly. It doesn't have to be about giving things up, but finding new solutions. But I mean, even with all these advancements, can we really say that sustainable practices actually solve all those ethical concerns?
That is the question, isn't it? And I think the excerpt was getting at this too. The real challenge is finding that balance.
Yeah.
And it's different for everyone, right? What compromises are we willing to make in our own lives? What does a truly sustainable future even look like for us? It's something we each have to decide.
It really makes you think, it's about so much more than just the buildings themselves. It's about our values. Speaking of challenging how we think, the excerpt ended on a bit of a cliffhanger. It asked, is a fixed home even necessary for a good life? So that's what we're digging into next time. Do we need to be rooted in one place? If our whole idea of home changed, how would that affect how and where we build? Pretty mind-blowing, right?
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.